Let us begin today. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kovibhiriritam kalmashapaham sravanamangalam srimadaatatam bhuvi grinanti e Bhurida janaha. In our last Tuesday class, 23rd, we were reading that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna describing the horrible condition of the Baddha Jiva, the bound souls. And he was telling that the bound souls never think of God. So why bound souls? Because they never think of God. That is the main point. If they get any leisure, they indulge in idle gossip and foolish talk, or they engage in fruitless work. If you ask one of them the reason, he answers, "Oh, I cannot keep still, so I am making a fence." When time hangs heavy on their hands, they perhaps start playing cards. There were deep silence in the room when Sri Ramakrishna was describing in such a language, in such a way, people could feel that is the horrible condition of these souls who, even being human being, cannot think of God. Then one devotee asked, said, "Is there no help then for such a worldly person?" Then the reply of the master, "Certainly there is." This is very important. He is telling certainly there is, and then, as we have already heard him saying, from time to time he should live in the company of holy men and also go into solitude to meditate on God. Furthermore, he should practice discrimination and pray to God for, this is we thought we will discuss. He should pray to God for whom? For what? Faith and devotion. When a person has faith, he has achieved everything. There is nothing greater than faith. Now, here we can just try to understand what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling about the faith and also the prayer and devotion. What does it mean by prayer? What is devotion and what is faith? Today, we will try to understand this one. Bhagavat says, why Sri Ramakrishna categorically again and again telling that go to holy company, try to meditate on God, try to discriminate, pray to God, because in Bhagavat teaches, Ayusha Kshana Ekopi Sarvaratnai Nalabhyate. Even a moment of our life is more valuable than all the jewels. The moment of our life, the human life is so precious. That is why when we are spending this time unnecessarily, Ayusha Shana Ekopi, Eka Api, Sarva Ratnai, all the jewels of the world, Nalabhyate, the moment the time passes, after that, if we try to get that back, and even for that, if we are ready to pay, you cannot. Niyate tad vrithayena pramada sumahanaho. It is unfortunate to waste or idle away such valuable moments. Such valuable moments one should not waste. Exactly that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was telling. This Baddha Jibera Ishar Chinta Karena. যদি অবসর হয় তাহলে হয় আবোল তাবোল ফালতু গল্প করে নয় মিছে কাজ করে. So this way he is telling them what is the way, how these people even. Then he said, now the prayer. We have to pray to God. Pray for how many types of prayer are there? Yes, last time we just mentioned. Beggars are also praying. Oh, please give us something. Is this a prayer? Shall you consider that as a prayer? When they are begging depends on the compassion of the giver. When they are begging, he is not sure that this person will give. He is assuming that this person may give, and on the compassion he is asking, begging. Beggar has no choice, no demand. They give me 10 rupees or give $5. You cannot say like that. Whatever they will give, you have to. They may not, you have to. So begging is the lowest type of asking prayer, we can say. Then he is asking. The baby is crying for food. The baby is asking food. And when the baby, the children, they are crying for something, they have a faith that parents will give. So that is the difference. And they demand such and such thing. And the parents are supposed to. I have seen so many children, they are asking for some particular thing. The parents are telling that you better take this one, you won't, she won't. Without taking that, whatever they have chosen, they go on, and then ultimately, sometimes happily, sometimes unhappily, but the parent oblige. So this way, this is also asking. And what is prayer? It has two different sections. One, secular prayer. Another is spiritual prayer. But in both cases, we should have, and one should have, who is praying, first faith. We cannot pray until we have the faith. If we don't believe, then why should we pray? You will see that some people who are not Christians, if they go to the church, usually they don't pray. They go, they see, they observe and come out. But the Christians, the faithfuls as they call, they will go and pray to the Lord. They will be sitting over there, kneeling down before Jesus Christ, and then lighting a candle, and they pray. Non-Christians, they go, they see, and okay, they come back. But when the Christians are coming to the temple, they don't pray. Because faith. I have faith on Jesus. So when I go to the church, when I see the statue of Mother Mary, when I see the cross, when I see the Jesus, the image, I immediately feel like praying to the God because I have faith. But when the Hindus come to the temple, they pray. Why? Because they have faith. So faith is the first thing for faith, prayer. So here, now, the basis of all prayer is faith. And with this faith, the word faith, a long time, the scholars are debating on faith and rationalism. The moment we call about faith, talk about faith, mention about faith, immediately some of the scientists and that type of temperamental people, they don't like it. Why should I have to believe? Why should I have to have the faith? Why should I have to listen to the person because he has said? So rationalism means I have to judge, I have to understand, and then only I can accept. Young Narendranath also, when he talked to its Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna was talking about the faith, he mentioned Andha Vishwas. Andha means blind. Blind faith. Andha Vishwas. And immediately Sri Ramakrishna replied, either you say faith or believe or disbelieve. Do you think faith has an eye that it can see or it cannot see? By saying that, jokingly he was telling, either say yes or no to faith. Either say I believe or say I don't believe. That's all. What is Andha Vishwas? Actually, some Narendranath, he perhaps wanted to mention, they believe without judgment. Some of the time, some people they do like that, and that sometimes create problem. Without understanding anything, if the people think like that, then creates problem. We have seen in the name of religion particularly, people will be telling like this, have faith, have believe this and do this, do that. If it is good, the good, it is good. Otherwise, most of the time, majority of the time, now the whole world civilization passing, and this on this basis, because you have to have faith on the words. And who is talking, who is telling, who is explaining? Without knowing that, when we are believing his words, that creates problem. When the great masters, they are saying something, in any religion, is always for the benefit for the people. They never harm the human society. Even the Jesus Christ, again and again in his Bible, he is telling, I have not come to break, I have come to construct. Each and every one we see, they are giving a better chance, better opportunity, better upliftment for whatever it was there. But people do not understand. Then afterwards, their followers, they create the problem. They try to explain it in their own way. And for that, they use that religion for their own selfish gain, whatever it may be. So here, when Narendranath is talking about the blind faith, he mentioned like this, Sri Ramakrishna jokingly said, either you believe or disbelieve. What is a rational thing? Now, when we see with our own eyes, do you really see every time correct thing? We see with our own eyes, but many times we do not see exactly what we see. How? There is a classical instance. A rope was there lying on the road, and the gentleman came, it was a twilight. He couldn't understand that it is a rope. He immediately started shouting, snake, snake. He was seeing with his own eyes. He was there. How come then he saw snake on rope? Because the snake, the picture of snake, the thought of snake was there in the mind. So he was imposing, that is Vedantic, the Maya when they explain. So he is covering the truth and then putting something else on that. So that is the explanation. But here we see, we are seeing with our own eyes. Even then we cannot understand. In that case, how to help out. We are rational-minded people. We don't believe things without seeing or tasting. We are seeing, but it is wrong thing that we see. Sometimes we will be hearing something and we feel that we are hearing this. There is a particular type of bird when the bird is just doing some sound. Some of the villagers in Bengal, they'll be telling, oh, that bird is telling. Bo kotha ko. Bo means the bridegroom. Oh, please speak. And then there is a story, of course. They have made it a story. That a newly married couple, when they were entering into that in-laws' house, something happened. Then the husband died. And from then onwards, this new bridegroom who became widow lived in that house without uttering a single word. She was suffering. Then the husband took the form of a bird and constantly going on telling, urging, oh, Bo Kotha Ka, please speak, please speak. Bo means the wife. Please speak. But is it? Those who don't know, understand Bengali, what they will hear? Something else. Those who understand Bengali, when they are hearing that, they will, oh yes, something like that, or they. So what is it? We are hearing something and then imposing our thought on that sound and then understanding something. Is it rational? We are hearing, but at the same time, wrong hearing. We are seeing, but at the same time, it is wrong thing that we are seeing. Then what is rational? How can we judge with our own eyes? We touch something, we feel something in the dirt, sometimes we will think like that, then afterwards it will be something else. Then what will happen? In a village center in Ramakrishna mission, we have center in a village, and one Swamiji, he wanted to put off the light. I put on the light. So he forgot where is the switch. So he touched something, but it was soft little. And then it was changing the places. And because he was sleeping, he got at the midnight. So it was not, brain was not working properly. He thought, how come the switch is moving? Maybe that it is dangling, maybe it is a... So he wanted to try to hold it, touch it. Then somehow he saw it's not the switch or anywhere that is hanging. It was a snake, tail of a snake. The snake face was somewhere, the tail of a snake was there, and he was touching that. Naturally, the snake, it was moving. So like that, when we are touching even, and with that feeling of touch, we feel something else. So this is why we smell something, we think that it is this, and then it is something else. Similarly, the tongue, when you are tasting. So all the 5 organs through which we are experimenting, getting the knowledge, it may deceive us. The science, through rational discovery is the science, they are discovering so many things. Then after some years, again another scientist comes and says, no, that was all, this is the thing. Then, so here, faith and rationalism are not opposed to each other. They supplement each other. The faculty of pure reasoning leads us to knowledge, and knowledge gives us faith. This is the point. First, we have to understand first the reasoning, then realizing, then knowledge, and from knowledge comes the faith. The first is belief, you have to. And without that belief, we cannot take any step. If we don't have any belief on yourself that you can one day learn cycling, or driving, or walking, or this any work, because there is always a first day, beginning of anything. But if we don't have the faith to learn, they never. So the basis of faith is the belief. And then belief is easily shaken. So it is not faith. The beginning with the belief. And what is that we believe? In science also, so many things. And they take always, suppose A equal to 2. And from there the mathematics goes. So they are supposing, otherwise it cannot start. Somewhere you have to have some belief, and then accordingly. Here also they say, believe from the beginning, which the higher the words of the great personalities. And then you reason. When you go to the secluded places, be alone, and then go on reasoning. Vichara, atha, vichara kartabhya. Now you have to reason. So I have listened to all these things. Now afterwards, if you don't reason, then as Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath was telling, blind faith. Then this is the difficulty. Majority of our people, they never try to reason why this and why that. They don't. That's why all the symbolism that was developed to make people aware about a very high thought has come down only to symbol. So the other day I was explaining about the symbolism, and this is what it is. The symbol means it is giving a high thought, a spiritual thought. And through that symbol we start our thinking. But the thinking has gone, only that symbol is there. So it is all difficult thing has come. So belief, and after the belief comes the reason. And after reasoning, realization of the knowledge. And when the knowledge comes, it is faith. Now suppose someone says, I like to cook rice. Then first you have to light the fire, then you have to have some utensils, put the water into it, let the water boil, then you put some rice and wait for some time when it is white, and these things you see, sign you see, then you know rice is ready. Put off the fire. So this is the teaching. Now we have to believe in that first thing. If we don't believe even the teaching how to cook rice, how we will know? Then the first person who invented how to cook rice, he, after a lot of experimentation, he did it. Then he recorded it. He said, this is the way you have to do and you will get the result. I have to believe that person. Believing or not, of course you have to believe. And when we are believing the person who is giving us the recipe of a cooking, similarly, when they are telling Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam, Maitra Karuna Evacha, when the Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling about that, we have to believe in it. Yes. Suppose we do like that, that is the recipe to get the realization. To first believe. When you first, there is God. Believe me, Jesus again and again telling in the Bible, have faith in God, have faith in God. Why? Because he has realized that God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is also telling, have faith in God. So first step of the faith is belief. And why we are believing? Because the person who is telling is not here to deceive us. This is also very important. Who is the person? Suppose Paramanandaji Maharaj mentioning this thing. Same thing. Suppose someone unknown comes to me and say, there one gentleman met an accident, his name is this, and he is calling you. Will you believe him? Unknown person suddenly is asking me to go over there. Now it is night, now it is dark, I am alone. What he is thinking, who is he? We won't believe. Because I don't know the person. Look at it. The I should believe, but believe whom? Whom I know. So this person is giving then another person came whom you know, and then he says the same information. Immediately I believe. And I rush to that spot. So why the first person, same words he said, I didn't accept? Because I was not knowing him. Who is he? So I had to know those people whose words I will believe. And that is the reason this great personality's life, to know the life and teachings of these great personalities are very, very important. The moment you come for initiation into Ramakrishna mission, you have to read the life of not your guru, the person who is giving you the mantra. He never says, read my life. He says, read the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Ma Sharada Devi. These 3 books, biography, you must have to read them. Works, their teachings. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, then the Gospel and the conversation of Ma Sharada Mani Devi, and Swami Vivekananda's lot of books are there. Why? Because then you have to have the faith on these people first. They are great personalities. They had no other thinking than to help us. Then you believe their words. And what is that belief? When the Gospel we read, Sri Ramakrishna says, now and then go to holy person and to a secluded place and meditate and discriminate and have the prayer, I believe. So this is very important. To have faith, to have belief, first I have to know the person. Unknowingly, just by seeing and emotionally, as many people are doing, if I also go, this is you are taking the chance. It may click, it may not. It may be good, it may not. So that is the reason biography is very important. What he has done, where from he has come, what is his contribution. Then only, when you go to a teacher, to a college, building is beautiful, and environment is beautiful, laboratory is wonderful, library is good. But the teacher, first thing we inquire, those who are really like to get the education, they won't see all these things. These are all support. But who is going to help my child? Teacher. And how is the teacher? Has he written any book? Is he good in explaining the subject? And what is the result of the institution? Then only the guardians, they take decision to admit. Just because the school building is beautiful, they will go and admit their children? No. So this is the belief. We are going to believe that if I admit my child into school, he will get good education. It never depends on the building or the library or the laboratory or these and that. It depends on that advertisement will be, you'll always see in the school and colleges with the recruitment. We offer the summer camp, there is a swimming pool and there are horse riding and I'm going to school for riding horse and swimming. I'm going for something else. They never explain about the teachers. Who are the teachers? What are their qualifications? But the intelligent people always inquire about that. Who is that? Those who go for the doctorate and all that, they will always inquire, how was that teacher? Under whom I am going to complete my doctorate? Whether he is having 3 cards, whether he is fair looking, they don't bother about that, they go about that. So we must, why I am telling all this? Because it is very, very difficult to get a good guru. Durlabam trayame vaitat. And this is the last one. The 3 things are very difficult to achieve. Without the blessings and the grace of God, one cannot. And this is the last. Manushyattvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusha sramasraya. This is very important. Manushyattvam okay. Mumukshuttam, desire is there. Then Mahapurusha. How I will know the Mahapurusha? By measuring his beard, how long the beard, or the matted hair, or his body mass, or what? Because he can speak wonderfully? Because many people following him? No. Is he unselfish? First thing. Whether he is unselfish or not, is the first thing of a Mahapurusha. If he has some little this thing, he is always attached to this and that, and he is having me and mine, know it for sure, he cannot be Mahapurusha. He is a good man. But Mahapurusha is totally different. They will have not a single iota of selfishness. No selfishness. So first and foremost the belief. And belief becomes strong after reasoning. And how to reason? I always feel like talking these words, telling these words for younger generation. They are usually tempted, young mind means like that. They can't reason, they go for emotion mostly. So in Hindi they say hosh or josh. अरे जोश से काम मत लो, होश से लो. Hosh means after reasoning, vichar, buddhi. And josh means shakti hai, spirit hai, chalo. And then what happened? This thing. So this is the reason we have to understand. Hosh so chahiye, josh so chahiye. But first we need reasoning, reasoning. Atha vichara kartabhya. That's why the Hinduism beauty is, there's always they say about that. Believe, reasoning, knowledge will come. And when the knowledge comes, you have total faith. No one can shake the faith. Swami Vivekananda was always doubting, asking questions. But afterwards, when he said, I say unto you, like the Jesus he said, go and serve the illiterate, the downtrodden, the poor, the ignorant. And I tell you that you will get liberation in this life. How could he say that? Because of knowledge. Because he saw the living gods. When he says that my gods are those by whom by mistake you say as men. And my special object of worship, the downtrodden, the illiterate, masses of all creed, color, race, religion. No difference. No selfishness. Only Indians are gods or all others devils. No. He never said like that. He said all, anywhere, anyone who is suffering is a living God suffering. Go and serve them and get liberation. Wonderful words, powerful words. And these are the truth. Because he realized through that this is the then we can believe Vivekananda. Why Vivekananda? Some people will be writing, tweeting, Twitter and all that. Why Vivekananda? There are so many others. They are actually illiterate in this line, in this subject. They may be doctor, engineer, professional, highly qualified, doctorate, but they don't know how to judge people. So this is called the spiritual judgment. There is a great difference between the belief and the faith. Belief is easily shaken, but the faith strong and steadfast. But one thing we must know, that we are the creature of faith, Vishwas. Without faith we cannot move a single step. Everything all around us is nothing but faith. Here, in this temple, in this shrine we are sitting, believing it won't break. Isn't it? We are believing it won't break. Because it has been constructed properly and all that. Believing we are doing it. And that is the reason in every step of our life, it is faith, faith and faith. In Islam also they call it Iman. Iman kho gaye. In the Urdu they say Iman kho gaye. Ko means lost, Iman means faith. If you have lost the faith, you have lost everything. There they say, but their way of explaining the faith is different. What? Recognizing and affirming that there is one creator. Recognizing and affirming that there is one creator. That is the faith you must have. That Iman you must have. Whether you understand it or not, this is one. Second, Quran says, surely those who believe in God in the last day and leads a righteous life will receive their recompense from their Lord. This is the belief. So, you are living a good life, having faith in God, and the last day will come, the doom day as it called in English, and in Urdu they say Qiyamat ka day, Qiyamat ka din. The one day they will come and everything will break. But the Hindu believe in karma. So there is no Qiyamat. You have done something one life of 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, and then lying over there quietly, waiting for the millions of years, then only Qiyamat, not like immediately. Whatever deed you have done, the result will be effective on you immediately. So that's why we don't have any doom day or Qiyamat day, the last day. And always there will be some people, they will be shouting, particularly in the 13, 14, 15th century, the people where they were not knowing about the whole world, something has happened. The moment it will come, the earth shaking because of the earthquake or something, immediately someone will shout, the last day has come, the doom day has come. So many stories are there. But the last day, doom day, this is a conception. Unless and until you do good work, you are going to get punishment. Hindu also believe in that, but not the last day, right this moment. The moment you are dead, then immediately your result of work is coming on you. And then next birth, this way. Judaism, they also believe in faith. Immuna, they say, but they stress on practice and accepting faith as a positive value. Not like the Islam or the Christianity, Judaism, they say you practice and get the result, that's all. But faith only the beginning. Christianity, faith is a great thing. Unless and until you have the faith, you cannot. So on the work and teachings of Christ, faith, believe on what? On the life and teachings of Christ. Not on reasoning or anything. Believe that Christ has said you have to believe, that's all. There it ends. Islam, that ends. Hinduism, Buddhism, that is totally different. Bertrand Russell, he said, where there is evidence, no one speaks of faith. Bertrand Russell is writing. So you call about faith, faith and faith, because imposition of one person's work and his teaching. So these people are rebelling, and he is telling, when there is an evidence, no one speaks of faith, like milk is white. Evidence is there. Now you need not to believe that milk is white. Do you have to believe it? No. So he is writing that way. We do not speak of faith when 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Do I ask the student to believe that 2 plus 2 is 4? No. Then we only speak of faith when we wish to substitute emotion for evidence. Because I am quoting only Bertrand Russell. as an opposition's view. All this time I was speaking about favor, now opposition. The theory, then anti-theory. Obviously it will be there. So the anti-theory, these people, they are telling, when there is an evidence, you don't speak about the faith. So obviously you must be talking about the faith when you have the emotion, but don't have evidence. It is not like that. Now let us talk about the Hinduism. It's called Shraddha. It's a profound word. When you talk about faith, it's not just belief. They say faith equal to Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha, they say, Shankaracharya says, Shastrasya Gurubhakasya Satya Buddhavadharanam Sa Shraddha. What is Shraddha? That is Shraddha. What? Shastrasya Gurubhakyasya. And the words of the scripture and in the words of the Guru, Satya Buddhi Abudharanam, it is truth. That type of temperament acceptance must be there. So this is Shraddha. And what is Shastra, as I was telling earlier? Who is talking about God? Who is telling that if you are not hurting others, killing others, injuring others, you will get the blessings of God? Who said that? As an army officer, after killing 1,000, he comes back and says like that? No. Who says that? So that is called Aptya. A-P-T-A. Aptya. Aptya means realized soul. Those who have already reached over there and they have gone through all this path, believe and disbelieve, then they say, my children, listen to me. I have traveled all through and I know I am giving you the chart, I am giving you the map. You need not to waste your time again like me, loitering here and there, knocking here and there, experimenting this and that. This is the path, you just go. And what is that? This is the spiritual teachings, they say. So this we can have Shastrasya and the Guru. Who is Guru? On the Guru Purnima day, those who were here, we have discussed. Who is Guru? Who has already realized the truth. He is Guru. Not all. That's why in the Ramakrishna mission they always say, Guru is one. Sri Ramakrishna. And when they give the joy, they say, Guru Maharaj ki joy, it is not that individual Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. In majority of our private centers, the devotees, they will be collecting all their respective gurus, they will keep them, and then there will be some fighting also, quarreling and this thing. Why my guru in the second line, why not on the first line? Then the organizer, they will give, your guru was from this year to this year, so year-wise we have all these things. This is not true. All the Ramakrishna mission gurus that you see, the Vedanta society, the sannyasis, they give the initiation. They don't give. We don't give initiation. We believe the Sri Ramakrishna only giving the initiation. Then we think that Bhagavan is sitting within us and this mantra he is giving to you, and then in between you and Bhagavan. Don't put me in between. It is between you and Sri Ramakrishna. If you can realize, it is up to him. If you cannot, go and tell him, don't come to me. I only give the education. Then the question paper is coming from the board, education board. And the answer sheet also going to the board. That is up to you and the board. So I taught you. If you behave like this, you are going to get the blessings of God. If you don't behave, if you don't try, then don't come and blame me. Because I have realized this way. So this is what is called Guru Parampara. Sometimes they will be highlighting the guru, the person who is there, and then small deviation. Wrong and wrong. It is not the church, it is the Christ. Churches are so many, 100,000 churches are there. Then there will be all denominations, they are breaking. Roman Catholic, then the British, then these, then that, so many Protestants. Hundreds will be there, denominations. Then who is actually the leader? Who should I have to listen? Christ only, and no one else. Why I go to them? Because they have kept that area for the Bible teaching. So I read the Bible, listen to the person who is speaking over there, not that always I have to follow that person. Wrong. Here comes problem. So this, if we can have this reasoning, the person who is speaking, expounding, well, I'll just listen to him, but reasoning is mine. I will go accordingly. So that is why Sri Ramakrishna says, the mother knows best for whom what type of food will be all right. Only one type of thing he never distributes. She never distributes. So naturally some people are liking the devotion, some unselfish work, some knowledge, some meditation. Go accordingly. So here is a place where I have kept this information like a library. You come, get the information and go in your way. So this is the thing. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhi Avadharanam. But here you have to have, after going through all this, then you have to decide, this is good and good for me. If I am listening, if I am following, I think I will do good. And after the class 9, class 10, then the teachers and the guardians and the student himself will be judging which stream I should go. Science, commerce, arts, this, that way. If you are forcing someone to go to somewhere, then there is a chaos. Someone loves the history, he wants to read history. You force him to study science, he is not successful. Why? That is not within him. So this is the way Hinduism always say, if you like this, you go through this way. This is up to you. This is called Ishta. What is Ishta? Ishta, according to your choice, you go through this. Devotion, in the devotion there is Krishna is there, Ganesha is there, Durga is there, Kali is there, so many gods and goddesses. So option is more. So this is the beauty. So here, Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Shatya Buddhi Avadharanam. Then, and finally, the Shraddha, the faith, in Bhagavad Gita, it says, according to the 3 gunas, the faith is also 3 different types. Trividha bhavati Shraddha, dehi nam sa swabhavaja. Sattiki, Rajasi chaiva, Tamasi cheti tam srinu. Then he is explaining in the 17th chapter, he is telling, Trividha bhavati Shraddha. Shraddha is there, but 3 different types. According to his 3 different gunas, qualities, Sattik, Rajasic and Tamasic. So this way only we see that some people, suppose you say, come, we will all go, then kill the rich man, then we will take and we all become equal. Some people immediately jump to that idea. They will join, they will go, kill the innocent people, then they will loot his all property and they think we are doing good and under one ideology. And they will never listen to you. And they are very, very confirmed about their own faith. Why? Tamasic buddhi. Always negative, negative and negative. You ask him, have you done anything good yourself? What good? I went and killed 5 people. They were all bad people for the society. And what bad they have done? They have utilized their brain, their capacity, and they have earned little money. This is a bad thing they have done. Have you tried to do that again in your own life? One, a doctor or the engineer, they study so much, they work so hard. Then when they are getting the respect in the society, you say, no, you should also come down, and just as I am an ordinary laborer, you should also behave and live like the laborer. Is it the way? So this is the, they never listen. Why? Because tamasika. You give the politics, the tamasic people will be tamasic politics. You give the religion, tamasic religion. Why? That is the reason before spreading the truth of religion, the sannyasins are very, very careful. In the Ramakrishna mission particularly, if you notice, they never go for giving the initiation. Why? They give teaching everywhere, but not conversion. Mass conversion, oh, our number was 10, now it is 100, next year it will be 10,000, we are all happy, we are strong 10,000. But who are these people? Who are strong 10,000? They are only ready to break the head of others, but are they ready to meditate? Are they ready to help others? Are they ready to sacrifice for the good of others? No. Why? Tamasika bhakti. So it is not the number, it is the quality. That we have to understand. And all the religious teachers must be very, very careful. Yesterday some people came, I was discussing about them. Whenever the kings have taken up the responsibility of spreading the religion degraded. Look at the history. Everywhere. Because Rajashika. King means Rajashika. And in the Rajas only, whatever I say you must have to follow. I am doing it for betterment. Now some people, some children, they don't like to eat or drink milk. Rajashika people had no patience. They will go and hold the mouth and pour the milk. Late heart, take the milk, whether liking or not. When he finished eating the milk or drinking the milk, the child is also gone, dead. So that is the first time and last time child has died. So if you are putting the medicine in such a way, even the patient is dead, what is the use of medicine? But the Rajasika people, they always do like that. In the name of religion also, whenever they have taken up the cause of religion, they have created problem. Why? Rajasika Shraddha. Look at it, the Gita. How they have critically analyzed, and this is beauty of Hinduism. Every time they will be analytically, they will go. Not just it has said, just faith, have belief. No. But why? Okay. You have every right to analyze. Then when they are making the mistake, they will say, this is the way. Again you try, again you try, again you try. In all our Purana, you will see the stories like this. Some people are coming and telling, you said like that, but it is not like this, is it? Again you try. They will say, go and practice brahmacharya. It's not practicing that thing that we feel. It is only concentration of the topic, subject, and come out with the truth again. Why not? Go again and again. So this is the reason when we first read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the first book usually, the Ramakrishna Mission Monastic, first book they will be reading, and only to read in the original so many non-Bengali brahmacharyans and nuns, brahmacharinis, they will learn Bengali to learn the original, to read the original Bengali, that way. And when we are reading, some meaning is coming. We go on reading, after 1 month it is finished. All the 5 volumes of the Gospel we have finished. Swamiji, we have finished reading Gospel, what to next? Again you read the Gospel. Again, that's okay. So like that, second time we find a new meaning, third time we find a new meaning. The more I grow in my experience, more I understand why Sri Ramakrishna is telling like this. So this is the reason, just going reading, it won't help. He said this. Is he telling that you must be a Brahmin? Yes, and until you become a Brahmin, you won't realize God. Have you ever said? No. Have you ever said that you must be a Hindu? Never. Have you ever said that you should eat this or that, drink this or that, wear this type of dress or that, live in this place or that? Never. No distinction between the sannyasin and the grihasthis, or the monks and the householders. No distinction. What he said? For everyone. See, since you have got the human birth, try to realize God. How to realize God? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 or 6 methods. Go to a holy place, a holy person, listen to him. And then, the moment he said holy, he said only holy. Sadhu Sangha. And then without understanding what is Sadhu Sangha, we go and then we create problem. There are so many varieties of people. In the name of a sannyasi, they are sitting over there attracting people, and then they will break it. Whole faith will go, life will be lost. So you have to understand what does it mean by sadhu. Sri Ramakrishna explained, go to a sadhu. Then he also said, he who has realized God is a sadhu. Only this man, that man won't do. Whose mind, soul, and his thought, his personality, everything has been dedicated at the feet of God. He is a sadhu. And he said, go to sadhu bhakta. Then he again said, what is the definition of bhakta? Same thing. Whose mind, soul, personality, everything dedicated to God. Jar mon, pran, antaratma, Ishware gato hoyeche. Gato means totally resting in the God only, never thinking about his worldly life. He is a monk, he is a devotee, go to him. As because I have taken initiation in the 1941, I am a senior devotee and you must come to me. It is not like that. It's not in which year batch. It is not like this. Sometimes I saw some people will be coming and then arguing, Swamiji, I have a complaint, what is that? See, we are all senior bhaktas and they have not given us the proper seat over here. So, senior bhakta means we are 72 batch. It's 72. And they are 80, 80, 90 like that. We are 72 batch and our Guruji is that. So like that only. But what you have done? Have you done anything to become a bhakta? So, when Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning only 2 words, Sadhu, Bhakto, Shanga Karo, go to the company of Sadhu and Bhakta, you have to understand who is a Sadhu, who is a Bhakta, whom shall I go first? Nirjan Vas. And then he is telling discrimination. Then he is telling Prarthana, prayer. So, one after another. And what type of prarthana? Vishwas and bhakti. This is the faith, and we have seen that in different religion faith is also there. But in our religion faith means first you start with belief, then reason, then knowledge, then faith. It's up to you. That is why we find in our Upanishad also, they are asking, Ko nama baddha? Who is bound? Again and again you are telling, get freedom from the bondage. What is the bondage? That you explain. Ko nama baddha. See, the Guru said, be free from the bondage. Okay, sir, I do not know what is bondage. So this is, naturally, I won't be able to understand what I have to do. This is the problem. Here the disciple comes and says, sir, you are again and again telling about the bondage, but what is bondage? Ko nama baddha. Kathanesha agata, where from it comes? If I know the root, where from this problem is coming, I will plug over there. Katham pratishta usya, where does it stay? In my body, in my mind, or in my spiritual life? Where? Katham isha. And then katham vimoksha. How can I get freedom? So how the disciples are coming and asking question? There is a Upanishad, it's called Prasna Upanishad. Prasna means question. There is an Upanishad called Kena Upanishad. Kena means why. This is the beauty of the Sanatana Dharma. It's not just because I am a Hindu, I am a Sanatana Panthi, again and again I am praising my... It's not like that. The thing is, if we see, it has given a wonderful chances for the human being to develop. And to develop it doesn't mean the moment you are coming into this faith and in the system of questioning, asking, inquiring, examining, that you have to become a Hindu. Not at all. Who said? Not at all. Adapting the process, you can realize your own God, own faith, no problem. Only the process. So this is, then Sri Ramakrishna says, the faith may be accordingly, as the Gita said, 3, then dogmas and doctrines, ceremonies and rituals are only to help us to give this faith. All these things to help us to give us this faith. Why? Because Sri Ramakrishna said, Vishwas hole hoye gelo. He is telling, there is nothing greater than faith. There is nothing greater than faith. You must have heard about the tremendous power of faith. He is addressing Kedar, one devotee was sitting. Addressing him, he said, Kedar, you must have heard about the tremendous power of faith. It is said in the Purana that Rama, who was God himself, the embodiment of the absolute Brahman, had to build a bridge to cross the sea to Sidon. But Hanuman, his devotee, trusting in the holy name of Rama, cleaned the sea in one jump. Jai Rama, then he jumped. But Rama himself walked. It's not that Rama was not powerful, but he is telling even the God, when they are behaving ordinarily, the devotees in his name can do miracles. So that is the power of, and then he was telling about the Vibhishana who has given, if a man has faith in God, then even if he has committed the most heinous sins, he will certainly be saved through his faith. I have made a mistake, that's all. Go and pray to God, cry at his feet. I have made a mistake by committing any sin. I will never do it again. The graceful God will surely say, okay, and will give you a chance, give you another chance, give you another chance. That is Jesus Christ, Lord Jesus, again and again he is telling. How many times shall I have to forgive my brother? One of asking the Lord Jesus. Because in those days, forgiveness was something new. What forgiveness? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So that was the system in the society. A savage society. And Jesus is spreading the message of high spirituality. So naturally it was so difficult for the people to understand. Modern people should understand it better than those people. Why? We have so many knowledge now, we understand it. Now when the person came and asked, how many times should I have to forgive my brother? Then Jesus replied, 70 times 7, infinite times. Every time he committed a mistake, you say, okay, give him the chance. Give her the chance. Have that capacity to forgive. That is the greatest faith in the words of Lord. So next day, again, we will start from here. We will be discussing a little about the devotion and also about the prayer. Now we will conclude with this. Any question? We are, of course, we are late. Do you have any question about this
topic, or next day you can ask.
Okay. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram